So I'm working at the comedy club in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm working the comedy zone, and Beale Street is there in Memphis, which is one of my favorite places to go and hang out. So after the show one night, I think it was a Tuesday night, Wednesday night maybe, might even been a Thursday night. After the show, I go around to Beale Street, and there was this club right across the street from BB King's club. I can't think of the name of the club, but they had like a running open jam night on this particular night. They would bring in like bands on the weekends, but during the week they would have open stage. So I went down there and I was sitting in the club, probably having a beer or two, and listening to the house band, and they were really good, man. I could feel the tradition of the blues, and I could feel what they were trying to do. It was really good music, so I decided I would get up on stage and jam. So to get the guy that was running the jam's attention, I took a napkin and I wrote on the napkin, "How about letting the old country boy from Alabama come up and play some harp with y'all?" And I gave it to the waitress, and for her to give to the guy. Once they took a break from a song, so she took the note up and he read it, and he immediately brought me up on stage. He said, "Hey, we got a old country boy from Alabama that wants to play some harp, so we're gonna get him up here right now." So I got on stage, and they asked me what song I wanted to do and what key I want to do it in, and I was like, I don't really have any particular song or any particular key. I say just make it something that's medium to fast, and I play by ear and by feel anyhow, so it didn't really matter to me one way or the other. So they started playing this song, man, and of course I jump in, play right along with them, because like I said, I played by ear, man. I just play from feel, and I could really feel what they was doing, and I was a lot younger then too, and my chops was a lot tighter. My confidence was at an all-time high because I was playing almost every night. After shows, I would go find open stages, and on days off, I would go find where there was a blues band at, and I'd ask if I could sit in. And um, I was decent. I was a lot better than I am now. So we did the song, man, and I didn't know if I was gonna get a chance to play another song, so I put out every trick that I had as far as playing the harmonica. And after the song was over, and I was thinking, well, hey, I'm gonna leave the stage. Well, what I didn't know was that James Cotton was in the room. He was sitting way at the back, man, and kind of like off in the dark, sitting back there with this lady. And James Cotton was one of my heroes. As a matter of fact, when I taught myself how to play harmonica, I patterned a lot of my stuff off of off of James Cotton's licks, because he played like a up tempo blues rock style, and that's the kind of stuff that I kind of dug. So that's like one of my heroes. So he come up on the stage, and he go, "Hey, how about letting the young dude stay up here and I trade some licks with him?" And I was like, "Cool, man." So he go, do you have a D harp?" And I go, "Yeah," because I had this bag where I carried, a bunch of harps in it. I had like the whole scale, at least the whole major scale. And I gave him my D harp, man, and the band kicked it off, man, and he chopped up some licks, man, and I played, and we would just trade back and forth, and then we did that thing where you call an answer, where he'll play something, a pattern, then I would try to repeat the pattern. We did that for a while, and after the song was over, man, he gave me back my harp, and he left the stage and went back into the corner where he was sitting at with his lady friend. So afterwards, uh, I think they ended the set after that. And the guy that was hosting the jam came down to my table, and he said, "Man," he said, "we've been trying to get James Cotton to play all night, We couldn't get him to come up there. Say he didn't want to come up there. But once he heard you, we glad you came in here, man, because you got him to come up here and play. And I was like, wow, man. So I was like, hey, man, I just wanted to play, man. I had no idea he was here. And that turned out to be one of my fondest memories, man. Being able to go into a club and be able to get on stage and play with some really good professional blues musicians, and then to be able to trade licks with my idol, man, and also to be able to let him use one of my harmonicas, which I don't know if I could have done it because a harmonica it's a very personal instrument. It's something you put in your mouth. So I've never played anybody else harp, but for him to just take one of my harmonicas that had been used and play it, um, I was impressed by him, impressed by his playing, and really impressed that he would trust me enough to put my harmonica in his mouth and not know who the hell I was. So that was one of my musical road stories. I got some more about Memphis. I'm gonna get back with y'all and talk about my other adventure that I had playing on Beale Street in Memphis. Take care.